Hello, my dears. It's Deirdre, and I am here to talk to you guys about how to guard your vibe while you are in spa services. Another way to think about this is like how to protect your energy, how to stay sovereign and whole while we work with other people in our spa spaces. So, the first thing I want to talk about is if you don't think that the work that we do has an energetic component, you probably haven't been doing it long enough, or you're not paying attention, or you are so in your head that you're not seeing how much we can be affected by other people. So the fact of the matter is, I have been a licensed esthetician for 10 years. I was even teaching for at least 3 of those in a cosmetology school. And the work that we do, the laying of hands on people, the spending the time, the having the conversations, the relaxation, there is so much energy exchanged. It sometimes is unreal. So it can be really overwhelming for empathetic people. Like, I am an empath. I even have a Facebook group called the Empathetic Esthetician. By the way, the reason I'm making this video is because a lot of people in that group have had questions. They're like, oh my gosh, how do I keep my chill, my vibe high when I have some clients that can be so draining, right? So this is why I want to talk about this. There's a lot going on in our spa room. And so I want to give you guys some of my own personal tips, some things that I've learned from my educators when I was in school 10 years ago, some things that have worked for me personally throughout the years, and really just talk about, I guess, boundaries, but even in the moment, how to keep your vibe yours, how to guard it, how to keep yourself sovereign and safe among all of the stuff that we do. So first off, I think it is phenomenal that we create such a safe space, that people feel good to come in and release the energy, release their stress, release their crap. So I'm not saying just don't let them. That's not the case. There's a difference between being empathetic and feeling what people feel and understanding what people feel, and then owning those emotions. We can see it, we can understand it, we can say, yeah, I understand how that feels so intense. But we don't have to claim that as our own. We can allow it to pass through us. We are oftentimes a vessel for this kind of energy, which means it moves through us, but we don't have to own it. It doesn't have to stay there. We don't have to hold on to that. And that can be hard. So one thing that my educator taught me back in 2011, was that if we hold our middle finger and our thumb together, this is called a mudra, which is I think it's technically a gesture that is from the Ayurvedic tradition, which I went to an Ayurveda school. So if you've worked with Ayurveda products, they talk a lot about Ayurvedic tradition. And you hold your thumb and your middle finger together, and this essentially creates a continuum, creates a circle, so that our energy stays within us. In a way, you can kind of just use this as claiming I'm keeping my vibe, I'm keeping my energy. You're not going to take it from me. I'm not giving it to you. I'm keeping my vibe. I often do this when I'm talking to draining people. Have you ever run into somebody at the grocery store even, and they just start spewing at you about all those things? I just kind of do this even behind my back. I'm like, wow, yeah, and that helps me to remind myself that I'm going to keep my vibe. I can listen, I can support them, but I don't have to give it to them. I don't have to take it on. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing that I do that's really helpful. Also, what's fantastic is, per state boards, 90% of the time, I'm pretty sure 100% of the time, we need to wash our hands before our services. So we can even declare, as we wash our hands going into services, that you are not allowing your energy to be going into this client. You're going to sever any type of, I guess, clinging energy. You're going to say, nope, I'm going to this service as a service provider. I'm not here to take it on. I'm here to just guide. So then when we also finish the service, same thing, wash your hands and say, okay, we're done. I'm removing the product. I'm removing their energy. It's not mine. It's not mine anymore. I think a big part of this is that so many of us as estheticians, or even beauty service providers in general, we go into this industry with a really big heart. We want to help people. We want to guide people. We want to help them with our creative and our loving energy. And that is phenomenal. And we don't have to fix everyone. And we don't have to make every single person have a relaxing experience. Honestly, the best advice I can have for going in with the right intention, I used to say this prayer, this intention every time before I started a service. I still do, honestly. I'll say the prayer, especially before starting a facial. Like, may this service be exactly what this person needs. Exactly what they need. Let this be it. Because I used to joke with my students. They'd come to me and I'd say, okay, guys, your first day on the floor is coming up. What are your questions? What are your concerns? And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous that I'm going to drop something or mess something up and they're going to hate their service. And I said, listen, we cannot control how we are received by another person. We cannot control how their service is going to be received, because there are going to be people in this world who want a change beyond their physical, but they don't know how to ask for that, so they just come in for a facial. They want a change about how they feel about themselves on a deeper level. They don't know how to ask that, so they come in for purple hair, right? So we can only provide a certain amount of change. So in that service, if we drop something, if we somehow don't meet their expectations, if they hate their service, and then they have a breakdown, and then they finally decide to go to therapy, guess what? Your sucky service, your poor facial, changed their life for the better. And that was what they needed. So, same thing. As a vessel, we just hold space. We provide a service. We're there to guide them through the experience. But it's not up to us. We can have the best intentions. We can just say, I want to fix everybody's skin. I want to fix everybody's heart. I want to fix everyone's stress level. We can't fix. We can only be there and guide and hold space and help them heal themselves by giving them a calm and loving space. So, like I said, my little prayer is, let this service be what they need. Allow me to be a vessel for the work that needs to be done in their life. And 90% of the time, they have a fantastic service. I honestly cannot remember the last time I've had negative feedback. And that's okay. Crap happens sometimes. But it's important that you understand your role as an esthetician, as a service provider, isn't to fix everybody, isn't to solve all their problems, isn't to give them the best fucking brows of their whole life. You might do that. You might help them have fantastic skin. You might help them love their brows for the first time in years. And that's fantastic. But when we go into a service with a codependent mindset that their experience is totally dependent on us, that's not fair. Because they're bringing their energy, we're bringing our energy, and we can just do our best to keep ourselves sovereign and safe and whole while we guide them on their own journey. Y'all know people who've come in for lashes or brows and they just wanted to look like a different person. And sometimes we can do something that makes them light up. But there are some people who are just not satisfied with the work that we do on the exterior, because what they're deeply desiring is change on the interior. And that's okay. Like, we're all walking each other home. We're all trying our best anyway. So I think it's really important that we understand that we're guides. We're people who can hold space. We can give our expertise. We can give our information. We can give as much support as possible. But it is not our responsibility to manage their emotions. It is not our responsibility to make them feel any particular way, because we can't. We can't do that for them. So when we feel like somebody is coming in and they're like kind of taking and clinging to us, we can remember our mudra. We can remember our prayer of, let this be what they need. We can remember the big picture, that as beauty service providers, we're helping people to see the light within themselves. And sometimes that can come from kind of not great experiences. It happens. And that's okay. So, I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have a better mindset about how to show up in your spa room in a way that feels empowering and also helps you feel a little more safe with your boundaries. Like, you know, you're not going to take it on. So yeah, if you aren't a part of my Facebook group yet, it's called the Empathetic Esthetician. There should be a link in the bio. I would love to see you in there. Please answer the questions before you come in, so I make sure that you aren't trying to like spam the group with selling stuff. It happens sometimes, but keep an eye out, guys, because I'm so excited for this year of 2022 to help you guys learn so much more thoroughly about how to show up in social media, how to have a mindset, how to posture yourself in our industry in a way that helps you serve your clients better, but also helps you to serve your soul better. Guys, we're whole people. We are whole people. I have 4 kids. I have a business at home. I love to work out for CrossFit. Like, we're whole people, okay? And it's time for us to be whole people and help people be whole. That's my theory. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Let me know how this video hit. You know, if what else you want to learn from me. I'm so excited to just continue to share my knowledge. Like, I'm in such a season of life where I want to help people, like, do the best they can. So yeah, thanks. Bye.